And it was work on behalf of the whole of the United Kingdom that secured our access to more than 400 million doses of 7 types of vaccine that are being distributed now across our country. We're using our global reach and influence as the United Kingdom to protect people in the poorest countries in the world by leading the way on international vaccine distribution. We'll never forget those who lost their lives and those families who've been left grieving. Parents, siblings, children, friends. We mourn everyone. Amid the tragedy, this pandemic has shown the kindness and perseverance of the British spirit and how much we can achieve when we all pull together. And it's that spirit and those values of pulling together and getting on with the job that we will need to continue to show in the months and years ahead. Yes, in the coming months we will beat COVID. We will vaccinate everyone in our country and we will be able to remove restrictions. In the not too distant future, we will be able to reopen businesses, see friends in each other's houses and hold our loved ones again. And then we face the task of building back better across the whole of the United Kingdom. The restrictions that we've had to put in place to tackle coronavirus have had a severe effect on our economy. Shops, pubs, restaurants, hotels, many other premises have all been shut for months. And so we'll need to get our country moving again and deliver our economic recovery. And the UK government has huge plans to level up every single part of our country. We're already investing over £1.5 billion in city and region growth deals in every part of Scotland. Just last month, we announced that the Levelling Up Fund will accept projects from communities in every single part of our country. And I want to see lots of bids from exciting and innovative projects from communities in Scotland. In the coming year, we will use the £220 million for the new Community Renewal Fund to create opportunity and tackle inequality and deprivation wherever we find it across the United Kingdom. Taken together, we're backing the creation of good jobs in every part of Scotland, helping to deliver growth where you live. We also need to ensure that we're not just building back better from the pandemic, but also building back greener. Later this year, we will bring the global COP26 climate change conference to Glasgow. This will be the largest international conference ever hosted anywhere in our country. It will be a fantastic opportunity for us to showcase Scotland and the UK as world leaders in the fight to tackle emissions and inspire the rest of the world to more ambitious action. And yet at the same time, we will ensure that no one is left behind in our transition to a green economy, which is why we're negotiating a transformational North Sea transition deal to ensure that we protect jobs and create opportunities for the over 100,000 Scottish workers who are dependent on the oil and gas industry as we move to net zero. In addition to that, we'll need to take advantage of the benefits of being a great global trading nation. Once again, we've already signed over 65 trade deals worth over £200 billion per year to our economy with countries from Japan to Canada. We will continue to go further with our plans for a global Britain, including funding the delivery of 10 new free ports across our country, at least one of which will be in Scotland. We're also reviewing alcohol duty to ensure that we're backing the UK's #1 drinks export, Scotch whisky. We've delivered a suspension to the damaging US tariffs on whisky. And thousands of Scottish students from disadvantaged backgrounds will get the opportunity to study and work across the world through our new Turing scheme. While we all hope that we will be relying on it a bit less and seeing more people in person, this pandemic has shown us the importance of our digital infrastructure and also its many weaknesses and shortcomings. That's why we're investing £5 billion to deliver a gigabit revolution to over 5 million homes in every part of the UK. And we will put innovation at the heart of our recovery by continuing to back Scotland's space and satellite sectors, ensuring that even the final frontier is no limit to the UK government's ambitions for Scotland. There is a pent-up tidal wave of opportunity and investment ready to flow into Scotland and support your recovery from coronavirus. And I want all Scots to share in, to be part of, and to drive our UK recovery. It's this great task that we will all need to be focused on as we emerge from this pandemic. A collective effort that will require the efforts and strengths of every part of the United Kingdom. So I just find it incredible that the SNP would choose this moment again to push their campaign for separation. Just when everything is beginning to reopen again, when we will soon be reunited with our friends and family, the SNP think that this is the time to turn us all against one another, to start another political fight. Perhaps I shouldn't be surprised by this. It is their party's obsession. Yet surely even they have a sense of priority, of what is important right now. The SNP can see after the impact of coronavirus that people would want time to renew their lives and to rebuild relationships that have become stretched. They know that workers are concerned primarily about their jobs and businesses are primarily concerned about their future. How can the SNP say that a referendum is the priority to them? It's the last thing they need right now. It's clear, though, that the SNP are just not listening. They're intent on pushing for a referendum regardless of the cost to Scotland and the whole of the UK. So that means it falls to the Scottish Conservatives to make them listen, to shift the focus in Scotland from division and debate and onto recovery and rebuilding. My friends, you're the only party that can stop an SNP majority and their drive towards a second independence referendum. Labour are too weak and they frankly can't be trusted to stand up to the SNP. Keir Starmer had to pay for independent marketing advice to tell him that he shouldn't be scared to be seen with the Union flag. And don't forget, he was right behind Jeremy Corbyn when he flip-flopped all over the place on whether there should be another independence referendum. They'd rather work with the SNP, they would rather work with the SNP to be seen as anti-conservative than stand up for the unity of the United Kingdom. We can't put the future of our country in Labour's hands, not in Edinburgh or in London. So it's up to the Scottish Conservatives, again, to stop the SNP from winning a majority in May, just as they did in 2016. The only party that can cut the SNP down to size. And I know that with Douglas and Ruth, our very own dynamic duo leading the campaign, that we will find the SNP are not as invincible as the pundits believe. My friends, I started today by talking about the British spirit that helped us get through the worst of the pandemic, and a spirit that is brighter than ever in the women and men who are delivering the vaccination program. But when the pandemic is over, our job will be only half done. We then need to take that same spirit and focus it onto our economic recovery and building back better for the whole of the UK. We can build back better, but only if we all come together. The SNP want to divide us, to turn Scotland against itself, at this of all times. So that is the goal for all of you in May, and what is at stake: to stop an SNP majority government and secure Scotland's and the whole of the UK's economic recovery from the coronavirus pandemic. Only the Scottish Conservatives can deliver this, just like they did in 2016. Only the Scottish Conservatives can stop the SNP dividing our country with their drive for a divisive independence referendum. Let's not throw away this British spirit that we've seen and go back to the divisions of the past, forgetting our collective sacrifice. Let's heal from coronavirus and move the whole of the United Kingdom forward. Let's invest in an economic recovery that levels up every single part of our country. Let's rebuild together.